Does your family have an endless list of inside jokes? My family has a ton. Like those things that your siblings did even when they were little kids that you still make fun of them for this day. Me and my siblings are all grown up and half of us have our own families. But we still find time to make fun of each other. Please tell me some hilarious inside jokes between you and your family. Now you're thinking, what does this have anything to do with a cake? Well, this family came in yesterday and asked me if I could help them make Betsy a birthday cake. When I got to the part of the order where I asked what they want written on top of the cake, they told me to write 12 years of awesome B. And obviously that's pretty bizarre. So they began to explain to me why. And I guess they were driving down the street and Betsy saw a sign and it said 18 years of awesome. So then Betsy was talking about how it would be so embarrassing if somebody did that to their front yard for her birthday. So guess what I wrote on the cake? 12 years of awesome B. Happy birthday, Betsy. So what about you? I love Star Wars. I have for a very long time. Not just the movies, like the TV shows, everything. So I'm here to help you. This is not Baby Yoda. Yoda is dead. Yoda died at 900 years old. And The Mandalorian takes place after that. So this is not Baby Yoda. Throughout all of Season 1 and half of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, he was referred to as the Child. But last week's episode, we found out his name. This little guy's name is Grogu. And Grogu likes blue sweets. So I gave him a little blue ice cream cone. The art style that I decided to go with was inspired by the old Clone Wars show. The one from the early 2000s was the same creators as Samurai Jack. Were you right? Did you always know that I was a geek inside? Because one of the biggest things about me is that Adriana ordered this cake for her sister's 16th birthday. But they both live in Texas and I live in Missouri, so how does that make any sense? Adriana knew that her sister would love to have a cake for me because they have an inside joke about my videos. So she contacted one of her friends that lives here in Missouri and me, and we worked it out so that she could drive it all the way to Texas for her 16th birthday. Adriana is truly a creative and smart sister. How far would you go for your sibling's birthday? Then we scoop out the ganache and pour it on top of the cake. Sometimes I add a little bit more just to make sure the whole thing's covered. Then you smooth out the excess, let it sit for a second. Then it's time for our chocolate shavings. This one I only did half the cake with chocolate shavings and I did it up the side on an angle. This cake was for someone from TikTok, so I figured they'd appreciate if I did something different for them. Then I only did half of a border on the top as well on the opposite side. They asked for Reese's on top, so I cut them into little triangles and decorated that little border. Then I wrote their name, Happy Birthday Morgan. I hope you enjoyed your cake, Morgan. And if you haven't seen one of the videos yet, the extra ganache goes back in the bucket. One of my coworkers, Peyton, asked if I'd help her with a school project. It's a group project, you guys know how those go. Well, they had to pick a local charity and partner with them. And they chose Convoy of Hope. They have a ton of different things that they do in our community, but they also help out with people all around the world. For their assignment, they wanted to raise awareness for the wildfires that decimated 5 million acres of the West Coast this year. That's the most in recorded history. She said I could do whatever I wanted for the cake, but I figured it was only fitting to make a Smokey the Bear cake. I hope I helped them get a good grade on their project. If anyone else needs help with their homework, I can't promise I'll get you an A, but maybe I can help. Then it's time to smooth out all the frosting we added on top. Once we have it smoothed out on top and it starts to fall off the sides, it's time to go around and smooth out the sides. Then make our crisp edges. Once we have all that done, it's time to pick it up and put it on top of the other cake. And then we're done. This honestly looks terrible, so let's go ahead and try this again. First, let's add our frosting. Caitlin Blue, who ordered this cake today, is a regular customer and a regular commenter on my TikToks. You might be wondering why I'm decorating a cake in the front. That's because all these girls kicked me out of the back. This is Jalen and Liv. They're my main cake decorators. They're training Emily right here, who's doing great. And then this is Jessie and Destiny, my sister. They're the ones opening the store today. But back to Caitlin's cake, she wanted it purple with some strawberries on top. I made it really fun and colorful for her. I figured she'd like that. I have a great memory, so I remember. You guys have been begging for some holiday cakes, so I'm doing 2 today. This is a little snowman for Tiny Tuesday. I gave him a little knit green hat. If you're seeing this first, you are team little snowman. Make sure you beat Santa Claus with his big bushy beard. I realized after making this one, it was a little morbid because he looks like a decapitated snowman, not like a full snowman. But overall, he's still pretty cute. I had a little layer of snow around the bottom just to cover up my mess, and because I figured it would look kind of fun. But go ahead and beat Team Santa Claus. Yes, this little guy is for sale, and be patient because there are many more to come since you guys have been begging for some holiday cakes, and here they are. I know it's a heart. How is this going to be a holiday cake? You have to wait and see. I once did this back in high school. If you want to go creep to my Instagram, you can see it. And it honestly looks super weird and creepy when I go look at it. So last night, I took the time to figure out what I did wrong so I can improve on it this year. Have you figured out what I'm making yet? If you're seeing this one first, you are in Team Santa Claus. Yes, I know, it doesn't look like Santa Claus yet, but just wait. I realized that last time I made him, he didn't have a nose, so I put some ice cream on him and made it look like a nose. This was step 1 of not making him look creepy. Step 2 was giving him real eyes. Last time I just put chocolate chips on his face, he looked really creepy. Then it's time for his signature mustache and beard. Don't forget the eyebrows that also made him look weird last time. Then it's time to add his luscious hair and beard. You're on Team Santa Claus. Please make sure this beats the little cute snowman for Tiny Tuesday. Yes, this guy is for sale. And be prepared because many more on the way because once the ice cream machine is all rinsed out, we're going to drain the water and then dump in our sweet cream ice cream. Make sure you squeeze as much as you can out.
Hey, I can't promise you that your day is going to be perfect, but I can promise that if you smile, it makes things a little bit better.
Or at least that's what I keep telling myself, but I'll let you know if it actually works by the end of the day. I've been here for a while and I pretty much have nothing to show for it, but that's just kind of how Mondays are. The sad thing is, you really can control a lot of how your brain thinks, but today I'm just too lazy to motivate myself to get past all that. But I'm eating a little snack right now, and then once I get done with that, I have to get up and start doing stuff. I can't just sit around at work and make TikToks. But this is sweet cream ice cream. I hope as the video went along, you in your head said what I would normally say, like tucking these guys in so we can go put them in the blast for a nap. And of course, you guys thought about how we scraped the bladder. But now it's time to rinse the ice cream machine so we can make our next batch. By now, my whole job feels like muscle memory. And so when you offer helpful tips, I do take them into consideration. So for this cake, I wrote on it before I put the rosettes on top. I get comments all the time asking me to do this because it stresses you out that I write in such a small area. But now since I did that, the writing is off-centered. I'm not sure if it's because I did the rosettes after or if it's just because I'm doing it on camera. But I appreciate your guys' helpful comments, but this is why I do things the way that I've always done them. This cake may or may not be for Jojo Siwa. I just got a call and they ordered a cake and they wanted me to write happy birthday Jojo on it. Does anybody know if it's her birthday today or sometime soon? Think of how crazy and how funny it'd be if they secretly ordered a cake, but I highly doubt it. Also, as you guys know, white is my least favorite color to write in. It just doesn't look good to me. I know you follow me, so please confirm or deny my suspicions that... So we're gonna switch it up today. We're using brownie instead of cake for our ice cream cake. So what is this called, an ice cream brownie? I don't know, you tell me. So I'm gonna cut out my brownie, and then we're gonna cut that in half so we can make our 2 layers. As you can see, brownies are way more dense than cake, so it took me a little longer to cut. They want it to be all chocolate, so it's chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips, with brownie, fudge, and then more chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips, and then another layer of brownie. With ganache all over the outside, and then chocolate shavings all along the side. So as you can see, they took our most chocolate cake and they added brownie instead of cake to it, so it's gonna be pretty intense. I've been seeing a lot of negativity on the app, and that's just disheartening. So I want to challenge you to go through the next 3 videos on your For You page and say just something kind. Honestly, anything. Just try to make somebody smile, please.
We'll bring it right back.
It's pretty rare when we get an order like this.